Hi guys, Tiffany Caudell here, Double Diamond Leader.
Pamela Chazinski, Double Diamond Leader.
We wanted to talk to you today about charting, and we know that the Ruby bonus is super important, so we wanted to share with you how to reach that rank of Ruby with charting, and then a couple other little things that we wanted to add into that.
So what I have here is our Ruby chart. Okay, you can find this in your back office under Documents. Okay, I always print these off and I kind of keep my charts in front of me. That way I can have a visual and it just makes it a little bit easier to organize. So what we're going to do is we're going to walk through how to actually chart and how to achieve the rank of Ruby. And then from there we'll show you just a couple bit like the emerald spot, the diamond spot, just so you can kind of plan ahead and keep moving. So this is what a Ruby chart looks like. As you can see right on here, this is you, and then you have right here, this would be what is considered your level 1 or your front line. Okay, so you have 1, 2, 3 in order to have 3 people on your front line. That's what you need in order to go Ruby. So when you first start, you're gonna start by getting your 4 loyals, and then you're going to work on getting your distributors and start building your team as well. So when you get your first distributor, they're gonna go directly under you automatically because you don't have anyone else under you. And we're just gonna kind of fill that out here.
Pamela uses lamination, so it's really easy for you to erase it. So we'll
kind of start over. Yep. So say I'm starting, I sign up Tiffany. Okay, so Tiffany's gonna be the first person on my chart here, and so I'm working with her. She's gonna start getting her loyals. She's gonna start signing people up as well and doing the steps of success with us. And say I sign another person. Okay, so they're gonna stay on my front line as well. So we have Tiffany, Sam, and the third person when you start signing them up, and Shara. Okay. So once you have 3 people across your front line right here, then you're already boxed in for your front line for what you need to go Ruby. Okay, so I signed up Tiffany. Tiffany also starts working and doing her steps to success. So she signs up her first distributor, which is Chad, and that's gonna go on Tiffany's front line. Okay, so this is my front line, this is Tiffany's front line, the next level down. This would be considered my second level, or my second, my second line. Okay, so say I sign up another distributor. Okay, so I signed up Tiffany, Sam, Shara. Tiffany signed up Chad. I sign up another distributor. Okay, and what you can do is you can move your distributors under your teammates. Okay, so say I sign up somebody else. We're gonna chart me in for Ruby. I sign up David. Okay, so once you have 3 on your front line and one of these people, it doesn't matter which person it is. It could be Sam. It could be Shara. This spot can move, but once one of these people have 2 under them, you are charted for what would be the rank of Ruby.
Yeah, so if you look underneath each of these boxes are like a bluish color, and that's because they need certain volumes in order for that promotion to happen. So just because you're boxed, you haven't hit that rank yet because you need sales for that to happen. So these people who are in these slots need 400 group volume. So when you have different products, each one is worth a certain amount of volume. So for example, wraps are $59, but they're worth 54 volume. All of our supplements are 1-to-1. So if you get, ThermoFit, it's $39, 39 volume. Each product is worth a volume. So by these people getting sales and getting customers, they're reaching volume. So PBV, which is personal bonus volume, is this person's personal volume, but they can have a group volume, which means everybody on their team and all of their customers and all of their sales together. So let's just say Sam's here and she's killing it. She's got 5 loyal customers. She's run her auto shipment and she's at 400 volume. She's good. If you go to Shara, let's say that Shara's at 200 volume, and she ended up signing. If I can get this pen to work. She ended up signing Stephanie. So you have Shara, and Shara has Stephanie underneath her. Shara has 200 volume here, and Stephanie, say she's killing it, she's got 300 volume. Together, both of them equal 500. So she counts as that qualified leg, is what we call it, is a 400 group volume, which is qualified leg. So you need this person to be that qualified leg, this person to be that qualified leg. same with David, and same with Chad. So if all of these people get to that 400 volume, and then this person here is what we call a gem spot. Any position that is a promotion is called a gem spot. So executive, rubies, emeralds, diamonds, all of them are gem spots. And they don't have to be that 400 volume. They just need to be commission qualified. And to be commission qualified, you have to either have 150 PBV, so your personal loyal customers, your personal orders, or run that 80 BV auto shipment that has to be run prior to the 25th of the month. So this person, runs their auto shipment and they're set. And this person runs their auto shipment, they're set. So as long as all of those things happen at the same exact time and by the end of the month, that's whenever you promote to that rank.
We also wanted to talk a little bit, she mentioned, running the 80 BV auto ship. So that's super important, okay? So you don't have to run your 80 BV auto ship, but if you're not going to, you need to work hard to make sure that your loyals are underneath. You have a personal value of 150. Here's the thing though, if you're wanting to promote and to grow your team, I personally think it's best to move your loyals under your team and push your volume down and plan for the future, because as you start expanding and growing your team, you're going to need your volume, and those qualified legs are going to be lower and lower on your charts, okay? So personally what I do is I automatically every month I have an 80 BV auto ship set up to run, okay? I have it set up to run on the 25th, and what I personally do is I had my original 4 loyal customers. I will look to see if my loyal customers, if they all had ordered and I already have 150 of personal volume, then I won't run it that month. But if I don't have 150 there, I will run my 80 BV auto ship, and then I know that I'm commission qualified. This is super important also because, like Tiffany said, if your what we call gem spots are not commission qualified, then you're not technically that rank. So say you promoted to the rank of ruby, and the next month your executive leg doesn't run their auto shipment and they don't have the 150 BV, you technically aren't a ruby that month. You will not get paid out as a ruby that month because this person isn't commission qualified. So it's not only important for you, but it's important for the rest of the team. So just keep that in mind when growing your business and when first starting, because you don't know where you're at on somebody else's charts. And it's not about obviously the leaders above, but just think about it as when down the line you're a leader, like you're gonna want that person to have their self-commission qualified so they can get a check, and it's important for you growing your business, okay?
Yeah, because if this person isn't commission qualified, she doesn't get a check, and obviously she has volume and she can earn a check over that. So I mean, it really is important. And like she said, is in later, like you may not think it's a huge deal, but being in that 400 club is huge and so helpful for everybody. And then you're making a good check because you're making commissions off of them. And and like she said, we push our volume because we don't keep it for ourselves. We push our volume to help our team and encourage our team. And we like to try and train everybody to do the same because it's very nice to know that you're not in this business alone.
Yep, very, very important. And then not only that, when you're running that 80 BV auto shipment, you are trying the products, you are using the products, you can develop passion for the products, okay? So when I first started, I had a chance to be a loyal customer at the time, but I actually didn't start the business until I developed a love for the products. So especially for people that join and jump right in, like great for you, that's wonderful, but the best way to learn about our products and become passionate about them is to actually use them yourself. Then you can tell somebody when they, text you about the cleanse or whatever the product may be and ask you a question, you've personally tried it, and you can say, well, for me, blah, 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 blah. So it's very, very important to use the products as well so that you can be a product of the product. That's how you're going to develop passion for what you're doing.
And you can also, like I've done months of where I just run WOW or greens or something that I can hand out for free samples, and then that person can try it, and you get to run your auto shipment, get a check, and then you're giving away your products for people to try and sample, and then they're going to become your customers too. So that's another thing. I'll order wraps so I can go back and sell them. I'll order things that I can sell or hand out as samples for people, because then it goes back into your business. It's all a write-off, and
yep, you're investing in your business basically is what's going on there. So this is how you chart to Ruby become Ruby, okay? So the next rank from Ruby is an Emerald, okay? So I have 2 charts here, and basically once you understand the rank of Ruby, you can understand that that's the foundation of our business, okay? Once you understand this, then you can move forward and you can chart to any other rank. This is the most important that you have to learn, okay? So an emerald is basically 2 rubies, and then they have 2 additional qualified legs on their front line. So if you look at it as the person that was, you know, me, I actually only had to add 1 more person to my front line to be charted for emerald. I already had the original 3 from when I went ruby. I added 1 more person, and then I took my 2 right here. It would be Tiffany and Sam, and like I said, these things start floating. You start to see who's working, who's got the passion, and those things, and who's really wanting it, and you find out who's working towards these ruby spots, okay? And then they start to build as well. And same thing, you can take a distributor. So Pamela had put, you know, David underneath me. She can move, now that her front line's filled, she can move people under here. So you can start placing those distributors and those customers underneath, and then everybody just works together. So these charts are what's so important to learning how to promote up and rank up, because if you fill in these spots, and I hate to say that people are boxes, but you know, if you fill in all these spots, then that's whenever your charts are going to start to climb up. Exactly.
And so for emerald, and the same thing with ruby. So like Pamela had said, you can maintain a ruby with a volume as well. So to maintain the rank of ruby, you could have 400 group volume, and 2,000 of it can't, more than 2,000 can't come from this side.
4,000 group volume
For the rank of ruby is the main one, but more than 2,000 can't come from this side. And so same thing whenever you go up to emerald, this is 8,000 to maintain. More than 4,000 of it cannot come from one leg of yours. So that means that like this person could be 4,000, and then these 3 need to be 4,000 or more to maintain that rank through volume. So you can maintain it through these spots or maintain it through volume. Same thing when you go up to diamond. You have an emerald, a ruby, and then 3 qualified legs, and that's how you get to diamond. And basically it's 3 rubies, 1, 2, 3, with a couple qualified legs. So people get overwhelmed by it, but it's super easy, and it's literally just helping people go ruby and helping them get that $500 bonus, because that's so huge. And
this really breaks down to, like, a lot of people look at a diamond chart and they're super overwhelmed, but like a lot of people will hit ruby in the 2 months. So if you look at that, you can see that when working together as a team, it's so much harder to do on your own. But if you work as a team with the people that you're signing, I like to tell everybody you're a leader from the second that you sign somebody. Okay, from that point forward, you want to work with the people below you to, as a group, you want to help them. You're not going to be successful unless you help them. But when you look at it, okay, so there's your ruby, you do that in 2 months, and if you help your other 2 people do the same thing in the next 2 months, you can be a diamond in a matter of, you know, 3 months, 3 or 4 months, very easily, if you all work together as a team. This is very much a team thing. So that's super important. Tiffany was talking too about, you know, maintaining that part. You know, it can be a little bit confusing when just hearing it, but once you get there, you will understand. You can find all these documents in your back office. Again, I really encourage you to print them off and have them in front of you, so that you can, you know, start drawing it in, understanding, because whenever, as people start working, it's not, you know, it's not set up perfectly like this. You know, these people might also be working towards ruby, and that's how it can grow so rapidly. So print these out and become super familiar with them. Get together with your upline and, you know, schedule a Zoom or a day where you can get together and really try to understand what this means and how to do this. The sooner you understand how to chart, the quicker you can focus on just the loyal customers and doing your work, okay? Another thing I wanted to talk about was maintaining your rank, and a little bit about the bonuses and how important it is to keep working, okay? So I can tell you from personal experience, I did this year. I don't know how many of you know my story, but for 8 months, I was at a Ruby rank after 8 months. I went to conference. Again, super important to get out to these events because they will change your business. But I went to conference. I came back from conference, and the next month I promoted to Diamond. So went from Ruby to Diamond, and then the following month I went to Double Diamond. Okay. But you cannot stop working. A lot of people hit these bonuses and they're like, yes, I did it, and you're so excited, and you hear how hard it is and you have to keep working, but you don't truly understand until you're in the position of you have to keep working. When you're talking to people and you're getting these loyals to sign up, you know that possibly in 3 months they might decide not to order from you. So you have all these volumes filled. And then, you have to replace them. You have to be prepared for them not to order possibly in 3 months. So you have to keep working. You almost have to work, I would definitely say you have to work harder. Once you hit these levels of Diamond and Double Diamond, our job doesn't get easier. It becomes harder because now you have to maintain. Okay? So
one thing that I was telling Pamela is that when you think of something as maintaining, you're actually kind of hurting yourself because you're trying to maintain this volume, and instead of focusing on maintaining, you should be focusing on promoting and getting to that next step. I'm focusing on not diamond volume anymore. I'm focusing on how do I get to double diamond now. And I've heard people say, like, oh, the bonuses, but there's no bonuses, so then they stop working. They stop working because they don't want to promote when they don't achieve a bonus. But let me tell you, when you hit this diamond rank, there's so many times that my rank of diamond was much more important because of the cab bonuses than it was for the $400 bonus that I was getting a month. Yeah. Like, I was earning more in cab bonuses, which, just to briefly go into it, not to overwhelm, when we sign somebody up and they get their 2 loyal customers in their first 30 days, and then they're commission qualified, we get a $100 bonus, right? Well, when you hit the rank of diamond, you now get 180. So you get the 100, and then there's an $80 cab bonus. So anytime that I sign somebody, I get 1, and then I get 80. Well, say I signed Pamela, because now I'm diamond, I signed Pamela. Now anytime she signs somebody, I get their 80. So Pamela gets the 100, I get the 80. Pamela gets the 100, I get the 80. And so I was getting all of these cab bonuses that were worth way more than $400. And so when people were saying, oh, I'm waiting for the bonuses, I'm like, you're crazy. Like,
don't do that.
Don't do that. Like, you can start adding people to your team, and you're earning more on these cab bonuses, and those are so much more important. And there was people, they were like a couple distributors, and they're like, that's 6 months of work that you could be having cab bonuses coming in, and then you're going to get the double diamond bonus, which is bigger than the diamond, or you're going to get the triple diamond bonus, which is bigger. I've heard of people, they were doubles, and then they went triple and presidential, and then they got the ambassador. Like, if you told me that, like, heck yeah, I'd work if I'm working up a couple bonuses and missing a couple bonuses, and then, getting that. And the bonuses aren't part of our compensation plan. Cami Dempsey and Denise and Brandon and,
those weren't
Stephanie
even
and
around.
Joel, yeah, they weren't even around. The Ruby bonus wasn't around whenever I started. And so I know that some people think, okay, if I didn't hit that bonus, like, it defeats them a little bit. But I remember I was trying to go diamond. Whenever I was starting, anybody had 3 months to hit the rank of diamond, and they would get the $10,000 good bonus. And I didn't hit it, and I was kind of like, oh, well, that stinks, But then I knew they're going to bring it back, and they did. And that's what's awesome, is that they will bring them back. But you still, until I hit that rank, I didn't realize the importance of hitting it before the bonuses were even available, just because it unlocks so much more money.
Yep, it does. It's super, super important. I mean, everyone chases the Ruby bonus, and the Ruby bonus is great, but, like, honestly, if you don't hit the Ruby bonus, like, don't worry about it. Just keep going. Get to diamond as quickly as you possibly can, because that opens up our compensation plan. And, I mean, a lot of people might not know, like, I didn't get the Ruby bonus, and it's not that, I hate to say it, it's great to get, but it's not that big of a deal to not get that. You just keep going, and once you get to diamond, I mean, we say you now have the license to print money, because at that point, like Tiffany said, you have these people that, every time you sign a new distributor, they're coded to you as, as you're their diamond leader now, and now every time they sign up a distributor, you get $80 from it when they do the 2 loyal customers and they're commission qualified. So
yeah. So I always say, don't worry about maintaining, because that actually slows you down. Worry about going forward and helping your team do that and getting them to those ranks, and your volumes will never matter. If whatever you focus on, that's what your brain is gonna going to focus on. So if you're focusing on maintaining, you're never going to grow any bigger because you're worried about maintaining. You're not worried about going further than that.
Right.
If that makes sense that way.
Yep, you're gonna feel like, oh my god, okay, I'm barely struggling to hold on to, you know, my double diamond bonus. But if you weren't worried about, you know, maintaining your double diamond, you were reaching for a triple, then it's just there. Okay. We also wanted to talk about the importance of knowing your back office and reading the rules to these bonuses and the extra things that they do throw in for us. Like she said, the bonuses aren't part of our compensation plan. They're bonuses. They're great. But knowing your back office is so important because, you know, you need to know the rules for one, but just knowing how to find answers, knowing, you know, that you can do it on your own. So although you're in business for yourself, you're not in business by yourself. We're always here for you, but you know, sometimes we might not be available right there that second. So you need to know where to find the answer. Okay. So become familiar with your back office. They came out with a great app recently, the Elite app. That app is really great. Download it and give it to your new distributors because it's literally a checklist of, you know, what you need to know and how to get you as quickly as possible being knowledgeable on what we have to offer and how to run your business.
So let us know if you guys have any questions. We hope that you guys really learned a few things and can, you know, comfortably look through your back office and know where to find things, that you got a few tips from us. We're always here if you need anything, but feel confident that all of the information that you need is in your back office if you do ever have any questions. If you have any questions, let us know. We appreciate you watching.
Thank you.
And yeah.
All right. Thanks, guys.
Yeah.